Yes, you heard it right. I was 15 years old when I started a school, almost 10 years ago. And people still ask me that how did I come up with this whole idea of starting a school on my own? It's just that my parents had always emphasized on our education, me and my brothers. So people whom we consider as part of a family, how could they be left out? This was something always in my mind. The school which I started is located in a remote village of Tanolaya, which is also our village, and we used to spend our summer and winter vacations there. So as soon as I started growing up, I realized that people there are not aware about education or even its importance because they didn't have any school there before. That made me take an initiative to start a school on my own. It all started in a thatched hut with no more than 2 to 3 kids. It was all unplanned, and the education provided to them was in a very informal way. But with so many people living in that area, it was very important for me to spread as much awareness as possible. Because the parents there were completely dependent on their children's labor. And every time they used to ask me, why do they need to send their children to schools when eventually they have to be farmers in future? But by sharing success stories with them, I was successful in raising awareness among them. So it was time for me to do something for them so that whatever they were learning should help them in future. Therefore, I started pursuing my education privately so that I could put all the focus on my school. My family donated a land for a one-room school building. So from 2 to 3 children, the strength of the students reached to 75 students. And since that village was called Dewan Goat, people started calling that school Dewan School. I got it registered with the government school there, and an NGO primary education project, PEP, built 2 washrooms for the children, especially girls, so that they do not find an excuse to quit their studies. The school was built and ran on self-help basis, but now it's self-sustained. People, the community and the teachers there are managing on its own without just charging a very meager fees from the children. This is the complete story of why, when and how did I start my school. The picture you see on the screen is how I used to lobby with the women there, the families. Since I was a girl, so it was very easy for me to enter their homes and encourage them to send their children to school. The second picture is when a barren land became a school. This picture also breaks ages-old stereotype thinking of the village. The same picture also ends the generation-old culture to stay illiterate in the village. The third picture is of a rule-based community school. After my school got self-sustained, I started looking after 25 rural-based community schools, which are running in remote areas of district Hyderabad. My work may be small, but my idea was not small. My story for promotion of education was shortlisted for a very prestigious NP's award by the UNDP. People from all over the world voted for my story, my school, my dream, and this way I got the highest votes in Pakistan. And when my work got recognition, I was appreciated everywhere, and this way I started getting other awards as well, which also helped me in highlighting the issues we are facing in our country. My recent award was Commonwealth Youth Award for Excellence in Education 2016. I was also in the list of 10 inspiring women of Pakistan in 2016. My express degree. And here's the list of some of the awards that I have received. But what next? For that, I would need everybody's help. Not just people who are sitting here, but all those people who would be listening me, watching me. But before I request you all for something, let's have a look at the educational challenges we are facing in our country. The Article 25A of the Constitution says that every child has the right to free and compulsory education. Yet millions of children in our country are deprived of this constitutional right. According to the report by UNESCO, there are 24 million children out of school in 2016. And we are in the list of countries with most number of out-of-school children in the world. What's worse is that the proportion of out-of-school children increases as the level of education rises. So by the higher secondary level, almost 85% children are not in school. Every year, 4 million children are born, and half of them do not even see the faces of schools. And what do they end up in? They end up in chori, mendicancy, terrorism, drugs, and so many other crimes. Most of the children drop out of school due to their unwillingness. And the factors contributing to this unwillingness is poor education system, lack of basic facilities, teachers' absenteeism, and corporal punishment in some cases. To improve teaching environment, we are in dire need of better basic facilities in our country, like toilets, electricity, safe drinking water, boundary walls, etc. 33% of schools in our country do not have a boundary wall. 35% schools do not have a toilet. 37% schools do not have drinking water. 49% schools do not have electricity. And approximately 45% schools in Pakistan are in an unsatisfactory condition. And all these figures according to the report by Alif Elan. There are at least 8,252 non-functional and ghost schools in Pakistan. Teachers in our country are mostly appointed on favoritism. And most of the budget in our is spent on these teachers. A very less is reserved for development and maintenance of the school. A rough estimate shows that around 8% to 15% of government school teachers are absent on any given day. Despite the government's pre-election promise of spending 4% of the GDP on education, a meager 2.68% is spent on the education. Due to such low expenditure, Pakistan ranks among the bottom 4 countries in the world in terms of spending on education. The next educational challenge is hate material found in the textbooks. Most of the people in our country do not find it a challenge. According to the report by United States Commission on International Religious Freedom, in 2011, 25 instances of biases were found in the textbooks of Pakistan. In the same year, 16 were removed. In 2014, Supreme Court passed a judgment that the remaining biases should be removed. But in 2015, in the very next year, 70 were found. After the 18th Amendment, when the authority over textbooks devolved to provincial level, all the provinces voted for the curriculum guidelines set by the federal curriculum wing. So all the provinces are following the guidelines of 2006, and you would not believe Sindh is still following the guidelines of 2003. The reason behind my sharing these educational challenges with you is that it's never too late. We may have failed to achieve Millennium Development Goals, but we can still achieve Sustainable Development Goals. And I think education is the only solution to all the problems in our country. I received several calls and messages from everybody for the support. But then I thought of something that would bring a change on higher level. And that's when I came up with an education movement of Teach One, Feed One. If you take responsibility of teaching and feeding one child, just one child, wherever you are, whichever city you live in, just support one child in your own surrounding in any possible way. I'll give you an example here. In Pakistan, before the elections of 2008, a voter awareness campaign increased the likelihood among women by 12%. So imagine if we all join hands together, how bigger the impact would be. There are 24 million children out of school, and they are in very vulnerable condition. Imagine what they would be doing after 10 to 15 years. They are our joint responsibility. If we cannot support anybody financially, giving them guidance or creating awareness among them would be enough. There's so many children you come across in your life every day, working as mechanics, electricians, and in so many other jobs. Odd jobs. It's a very common sight you observe a chotu working in a chai dhaba or at a car mechanics. We must raise our voice when we see a child employed. They are the future of our country. All what we need to do is to guide them, show them the right path. If you cannot support anybody financially, as I said before, just encourage them to join a government school where not just the education is provided free of cost, but they will be provided with free uniforms, free books. In fact, there are a lot of government schools in our country which provide stipends to girls for continuing their education after primary level. So I would request you all once again to join this movement to bring development in our country. Teach one and feed one. I believe it can bring change in the country.